Hello. So I'm going to give you some feedback now on your task one. So first of all, we will look at the scoring. So task achievement is very good. I think you would get a 7 for that. You have a clear overview after your introductory sentence. You report all of the information. And you also compare the different lines, so that's very good. And you include the exact figures here, okay? In terms of coherence and cohesion, again, I think that would be a 7. You've organized the answer very well, used paragraphs very well, and you have a good variety of linking phrases. So overall, to begin with, on the other hand, then. So there's a good range there of linking phrases. I think those two parts of the answer are very good. Lexical resource, again, I think would be a 7. So you have a very good range of vocabulary there. We have fluctuation, plateau, overtook, downward trend, upward trend, I think there was plunge or surge. So, there's some really, really good vocabulary there. Okay, so again, I think that would probably be a 7. Grammatical range and accuracy, I think, would be a 6. You're using complex sentences as well. That's very good. But there are quite a few errors with accuracy. Generally, those errors are with articles. So if we look at the errors, it seems like there are quite a few errors, but actually the majority of them are the same error, which is the use of articles. So we'll go through each of the mistakes now, okay? So here it should just be worked, because we are talking about a period of time in the past. You did that all the rest of the way through, but that should also be in the introductory sentence as well. When we have here private sector or public sector, as we have down here, these are definite sectors. We're defining the sector with the adjective, so it should be the private sector and the public sector always, okay? Generally speaking, we don't want to use have with the graph movement. So you can say experienced, you can say witnessed, you can say saw. You could also here use suffered, because it is a downward trend, it's negative. So suffered would also work. Here again, when we talk about words like proportion, number, and figure, which are followed by of, any noun that's followed by of always has the in front of it, okay? So it's the proportion of employment, the number of employees, the figure of 20%, okay? So again, that's something where you definitely need to have the, okay? Here, you're missing a way of joining the sentences. So employees who were occupied in this field, okay, because we've got 2 sentences there, so we need to join them together. When we have twice means 2 times. So you don't need to say times, that's redundant. So lower than twice the rate of the public sector, okay? And finally here, the adverb should go after the verb. So it should be grew moderately, okay? So overall for the task 1, you would get 6.5 because of the 6 for the grammar section. I think it really is a very, very good answer. You're very close to a 7, and possibly you would get a 7. It's between 6.5 and 7. But really what you need to do is do some work on the use of articles, when we use the, when we don't use the. And if you can solve that issue, I think that you would do very, very well in the task 1. Okay, I hope this has been helpful.